Oh, you know what I wanted to do is read Scott Pruitt's resignation letter. Have you read this, Virgil?
I've skimmed it, yeah.
You skimmed it?
Yeah.
Let me...
I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm a busy man.
You just skimmed it for...
There's a lot of material to take in. Do
you
have the music ready?
It is... yeah, nice. All right, well, let's put a little music down for this, Matt, because this is pretty touching stuff. Mr. President, it's been an honor to serve you in the cabinet as administrator of the EPA. Truly, your confidence in me has blessed me personally and enabled me to advance your agenda beyond what anyone anticipated at the beginning of your administration. Pause it for 1 second. This guy can't write. Like, he can't really put a sentence together. Bless me personally?
Well, yeah, you can bless somebody impersonally.
Your courage, steadfastness, and resolute commitment to get results for the American people, both with regard to improved environmental outcomes, as well as, without any commas, historical regulatory reform, is in fact, without any commas, occurring at an unprecedented pace, and I thank you for the opportunity to serve you and the American people in helping achieve those ends.
You ever see that president of Azerbaijan account that just tweets weird things like Azerbaijan has met all of its economic goals for the year? That's what that sounds like.
It is. It's full of platitudes, but really just sort of wordy for that. That is why it is
a lot of emotion.
That is why is hard for me.
Seriously?
No way.
I swear to effing God.
Wow.
Typo. The problem is he can't get any assistants to do it, to look over anything he writes.
He's got it's crunch time to get the wife a job before the resignation kicks in.
This is making me think, like, how many of these scandals were just grammatical errors in his emails or
No
something.
kidding.
And I was like, I wasn't trying to get my wife a franchise.
I was trying to get her French fries.
It was a typo.
That is why it is hard for me to advise you. I am stepping down as administrator of the EPA effective as of July 6. It is extremely difficult for me to cease serving you in this role. He doesn't believe in commas. First, because I count it a blessing to be serving you in any capacity, but also because of the transformative work that is occurring. Okay, I got involved.
You know who loves his email?
Years ago.
Right?
Years ago, I got involved in a 419 scam with Nigerian emailers where I kept going back and forth. And this is the way they write. Like English, the English is a second language, and they're just like, some of it just doesn't seem to work.
Scott Pruitt relocates to Lagos.
I mean,
I was the EPA head.
What do you mean?
My wife has a bank account that you can unlock.
What do you mean you got involved with the scam? They scammed you?
No, I had.
It was a tough
some
time. He
on
wasn't
my-
getting the sitcom roles. And
No,
so
I was
he worked
waiting,
with,
actually.
Fela Kuti's son.
I was waiting on word whether or not a show was going to get picked up, and there was nothing.
And you
for me to do.
just messed with them. You had them.
Yeah, I spent I have 200 pages of emails where I went back and played multiple characters.
You did a funny prank where you wired the money.
I
I gave them
wired
$3,000. I own them.
They wanted me to wire them $6,000, and I pretended that I was infirm and couldn't leave my apartment, but that I gave the money to the delivery boy, and I had written on the wire transfer $6,000, but this other guy, had crossed out all the zeros, and so I sent them $6. But they were very upset about that.
Have you ever seen this? So there's like a whole community of people that jerks around these scammers, and I hope this is real. Maybe this is all set up, but apparently, you can just make outrageous demands and maybe they'll go to lengths to fulfill it. And one time they got these scammers to recreate the Monty Python dead parrot skits, and they did it. And you can look up this video. You can see this video. and it's amazing. They did a great job.
No, they did
Of
it well.
redoing it. They-
yes,
they knew
did
that.
it well. No, they actually had some talent.
All right, music.
Oh my God, is this still going on?
But also because of the transformative work that is occurring. However, the unrelenting attacks on me personally, my family, are unprecedented and have taken a sizable toll on all of us. My desire in service to you has always been to bless you as you make important decisions for the American people. I believe you are serving as president today because of God's providence. Incidentally, folks, there's only one type of providence. It's God's providence.
There's the one in Rhode Island.
There's the one in Rhode Island, too. I believe that same providence brought me into your service. I pray as I served you that I have blessed you and enabled you to effectively lead the American people. Thank you again, Mr. President. There's no commas. He doesn't use commas in any instance here. For the honor of serving you, and I wish you Godspeed in all that you put your hand to. Your faithful friend, Scott Pruitt.
Yeah, the one that matters is me. I'm the only one that matters.
Nice.
That's clutch drop there.
This completely changes my perspective on just
What?
like, well, I thought Scott Pruitt was a sharp guy
Yes, right.
who would come in, and he is a raging idiot.
Right.
Yeah.
We thought that Scott Pruitt was like, there's the total morons, there's the Betsy DeVos, and then there's like the ruthless destroyers of all of the infrastructure of federal government. Scott Pruitt's the guy. And yes, he is.
I always thought he was a Betsy DeVos type because this was news to me. Somebody told me the other day that he's actually like an evangelical guy. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Well,
that
I didn't
either.
know that
It's always-
either. Yeah. And I thought he was just a rich guy who wanted a cabinet position because he made out. He manufactured all of that. All this, chintzy shit with the EPA logo on it.
Right.
So for his trophy case or something, I thought he was just basically like Trump, just a fucking rich guy who wanted
Wasn't
to
he the
gild
attorney
lily.
general of Oklahoma, though?
He was the attorney general of
I
Oklahoma.
thought that the reputation he had there was that this is a guy who coordinates closely with oil and gas to
Everything
to
that he
deregulate.
did was
But that-
literally written for him by lobbyists.
Right. But I mean, I guess that actually, right.
Maybe-
that doesn't require intelligence to go to the most powerful, companies in the country and just say, hey, write your own legislation you want and I'll muscle it through.
Yeah, maybe all
And
these people are
yeah.
just avatars for powerful interests.
His
Well,
his
yeah,
money,
right.
his money. I mean, his relationship with money was all through Harold Hamm, who was a billionaire fracker.
He's the Oklahoma boss guy.
But it's funny because when I see those making all the accoutrements you're talking about, I see someone who did not come from money, but really thought he was. I didn't realize he was like a Jesus juice guy, but that reminds me of like the folks I've seen in the comedy world who got a little taste of success and were like, now it's all mine. Like it's all mine now. Like I got the fourth role in an independent movie, and it's like, where's my fucking trailer? That type of thing.
You know what it is? It's Ben Carson with all that weird crap he has in his house.
Yes.
All those weird portraits.
You mean like the
It's all it's
like
great.
winning?
There's something going on with like evangelicals. I
Yeah.
think that they must see their leadership living sort of these incredibly wealthy
The only thing that's
lifestyles.
going on is cash money. But no, he's actually Ben Carson's not an evangelical. He's a Seventh Day. It's a
Oh,
whole
all
other
right.
thing. That's a whole other ball game. I don't know
yeah.
what the hell's going on.
Well,
with
a lot
that.
of
We
these-
got to figure out what the hell's going on.
A lot of these
Yeah.
radical strains of Christian heresies in America are, they're just selfish ideologies when it comes down to it. I mean, and you read that in that Pruitt letter. I mean, I had this discussion with friends and we couldn't figure out whether he's sincere about all the religious aspects of that or he's just trying to cover his ass. And what we decided on was, well, it's both because it's really indistinguishable because so much of this religion is about making excuses for your bad behavior. instead of
Resetting the clock
actual-
with your imaginary friends.
right instead of actual atonement or penance.
Right.
Right. A lot of blessing going on though in there. He was blessed. He hopes that Trump is blessed. There's a lot of blessing that's happening there. Let's